Welcome to the JJ's Declutter podcast, where we tackle the mess and stress to make space for what truly matters. I'm Janice, here with Julie, and together we're sharing our best tips, tricks, and a little humor to help you declutter your home, mind, and life. Whether it's procrastination or piles of stuff, we're here to help you make real progress. Let's dive in.
Hey, it's time to stir up some sparkle. Welcome back to the JJ's Declutter podcast. I'm Julie, and with me, as always, is Janice. Today, we're grabbing our dish gloves, our sponges, and a strong cup of something caffeinated because we're diving head first into the kitchen for our two-part kitchen cleaning crusade. This is part one, and we're tackling regular, routine kitchen cleaning. You know, the stuff you do so your kitchen doesn't become a biology experiment that deserves its own documentary series. We're not talking about deep cleaning today. That's part two, where we'll get to the scary stuff.
That's right. Today is all about maintenance, the cleaning routine that keeps your kitchen functional and prevents it from becoming the kind of place where things grow legs and walk away on their own. We're giving you simple, realistic cleaning routine that works with your actual life, not some Pinterest fantasy where you have unlimited time and energy. So grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's talk about turning that kitchen from chaos to clean without losing your mind in the process.
So, okay, before we dive into the how-tos, let's talk about why regular kitchen cleaning matters. Because understanding why it matters makes it so much easier to actually do it. The kitchen is literally the heart of the home. It's where we gather, it's where we nourish our families, and where we have those late night snack sessions we pretend aren't happening. But it's also home to every crumb, smear, splash, spill, and sticky situation that happens in daily life. So here's what most people don't think about: bacteria. Your sponge, your sink drain, your refrigerator handles, cutting boards, dish towels. They're basically petri dishes with better lighting and more foot traffic.
And I'm not trying to freak anyone out there, but studies have shown that kitchen sinks actually have more bacteria than most toilet seats, which is wild when you think about how much more we touch and use our kitchen sinks. Ugh. So
Wow.
regular cleaning keeps your family healthy, keeps your food safe, and honestly keeps your sanity intact. Cooking in a clean kitchen just feels better. It's the difference between starting your day in a peaceful space versus starting it in chaos. When your kitchen is clean, you're more likely to cook healthy meals instead of ordering takeout, and you're more likely to have people over because you're not embarrassed by the state of your space.
That's a good point. So, regular kitchen cleaning isn't just about appearances or even just about health, though those are huge. It's about creating a functional, peaceful space that supports your whole life. And the good news, it doesn't have to take hours. With a good routine, you can maintain a clean kitchen with just a few minutes of effort each day. So, let's dive into the actual routine. And here we go with the JJ's regular kitchen cleaning routine. Ta-da! Step one, declutter first. Step one is absolutely critical, and it's something most people skip. You have to declutter before you clean. You cannot effectively clean cluttered space. You just end up moving stuff around, which is what we call the clutter shuffling. And that's the enemy of actual progress. So before you spray a single cleaner or wipe a single surface, you need to do a power pass through the kitchen and clear your counters completely. I'm talking old mail, school permission slips, random peppermints from restaurants, those little sauce packets from takeout. All of it needs to go.
Here's what you do. Grab a laundry basket or a box and do a quick flat surface sweep of your counters. Just toss everything that doesn't belong in the kitchen into that basket. Don't stop to make decisions about each item. That's where decision fatigue is waiting to happen. Just clear the surface and deal with the basket later. And here's the part that people resist. Move your appliances off the counter too. Yes, even the ones you swear you use every day. If you've ever moved your coffee maker and seen the crumb collection underneath, you know it's horrifying. So move those appliances temporarily so we can clean properly underneath them.
All right, listeners, here's your Tidy 12 hashtag Tidy 12 challenge. Set your timer for 12 minutes right now and do a rapid fire flat surface sweep of your kitchen. Toss the trash, stack the dishes, clear the clutter, move those appliances. Just get everything off the surfaces so you're working with a clean, clear space.
Step 2, we're talking about dishes and the sink. Now that your counters are clear, let's tackle the dishes and the sink because you cannot clean a kitchen with a sink full of dishes. Either do the dishes by hand or load them into the dishwasher, but they need to be dealt with before we can move on. And here's the secret, it never takes as long as you think it will. Your brain makes it into this huge, overwhelming task, so you don't start doing it. But most dish situations can be handled in under 10 minutes. So just do them. Put on a good song, make it a game, whatever you need to do, but just do the dishes.
Okay. Sorry. I
I see
saw
it.
I saw a spot.
It's your fish.
It's my fish. And little tail pokes out every so often. It's like, well, okay. The dishes are done. It's time to clean the sink itself. And friends, your sink needs more love than you're probably giving it. For stainless steel sinks, sprinkle baking soda all over, scrub it with a sponge, and rinse thoroughly. I don't use sponges in my kitchen very often. I use the
Swedish dish towel.
that's it. Totally. It was gone. Okay, where was I? For stainless steel sinks, sprinkle baking soda all over. Scrub with a sponge and rinse thoroughly. It'll shine like new. If you have a white or light colored sink, Barkeeper's Friend is amazing for getting rid of stains you thought were permanent. Don't forget the faucet and handles either. These get touched constantly with dirty hands, so they are bacteria magnets. Use an old toothbrush to scrub around the base of the faucet and the back where the grime loves to hide, like that sneaky little kitchen ninja. Quah, quah.
And while we're talking about the sink area, let's address your sponge for a second. If your sponge smells, and you know what I mean by that smell, it's like, something crawled in and died. It's time to say goodbye. You can try to revive it by microwaving it wet for 1 minute to kill bacteria, but honestly, sponges are cheap, especially if you buy them at Costco. And it's okay to replace them regularly. Now, I don't use sponges because my husband tends to use dirty sponges to wipe clean things. So I do not have sponges in my house, but it's recommended that you replace sponges every week or two because considering what we're using them for, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Isn't that true? So, step 3, there we are, counters and surfaces. Now we get to the satisfying part, wiping down all those counters and surfaces. Grab your favorite all-purpose cleaner and spray down the counters. Here's the key. Don't just swipe the surface, actually move things. Crumbs hide behind everything, behind the knife block, behind the paper towel holder, behind the decorative canister that you never use. So move each item, wipe under and around it, and then put it back. But while you're at it, wipe down the items themselves and your small appliances that sit on the counter.
Now, let's talk about the less obvious surfaces that make a huge difference when they're clean. Light switches, they get so grimy because we touch them constantly with whatever's on our hands. Give them a quick wipe with a disinfecting wipe. It takes 2 seconds, but makes a huge impact. Same with cabinet fronts, especially around the handles and drawer pulls too. These little touch points add up to a cleaner, overall feeling in your kitchen. It's like the difference between wiping your reading glasses versus not. Suddenly, everything's clearer and brighter.
Imagine that. So, step 4, stovetop and microwave. All right, let's tackle what might be the scariest area of the kitchen, and that's the stovetop. Now, if you wipe it down after every use, it never has a chance to get really scary. But let's be realistic. Most of us are not wiping down the stove after every single use. So once a week at least, we need to do a proper scrub. Remove your burner grates if you have a gas stove or the coils if you have an electric coil stove. You want to soak the burner grates in hot soapy water while you clean the rest of the stove. This loosens all that baked on gunk, Then you want to wipe down the actual stovetop surface. And for tough stuck on food, let a hot, damp cloth sit on it for a minute to soften it up first.
And don't forget the knobs because those get sticky too. You can usually pull them off and give them a good wash in the sink because they get so gross with splattered food and grease. And also under the knob, after you pull it off, there's usually some residue, some odd looking ring that should be
Yes.
cleaned off too. So once everything is clean and dry, put it all back together and your stove will look practically new. So let's move on to microwaves because here's a miracle trick that makes cleaning it almost effortless. Fill a microwave safe bowl with water and add some lemon slices. Or if you don't have lemons, just plain water works too. Julie also tends to use just vinegar.
Vinegar. Yeah.
So you're going to heat the bowl up in the microwave on high for 2 to 3 minutes and then let it sit for another minute or two without opening the door.
The steam from the water loosens all the stuck on food inside the microwave. It's like giving your microwave a spa treatment. My goodness. Then just open the door and wipe down the inside with a cloth. We always want to say, or sponge. Honestly, use a cloth. Everything comes off so easily with no elbow grease required. Don't forget to wipe the door and handle while you're at it and take out that turntable. You can wash it in the sink, or I run mine through the dishwasher. These two appliances, the stove and the microwave, make such a visual difference when they're clean because they're focal points in your kitchen. But you want to also remember, see, my microwave is over the stove. So I clean my stove, I clean my microwave. The vent, don't forget to
Mm.
clean the vent cover that's over your stove, whether you have a microwave there or whatever, they're all there
I
and they're
I
very
didn't
easy to
even
do.
I didn't even know. So my vent does not have a mesh cover. So I didn't think I had anything to clean. Well, there's
Oh,
this thing that you pull down and that's where all the grease. We had like 10 years worth of grease there because I didn't even realize it needed to be cleaned. It
oh,
was
how
pretty
funny.
gross. But anyway, okay. Step 5, we're moving on to floors and rugs. So let's talk first about the floors because if there's one universal truth about kitchens, it's that crumbs multiply when you're not looking. Sweeping or vacuuming daily, if you can, makes such a difference in how clean your kitchen feels. Even if it's just a quick pass with a broom or a handheld vacuum, it takes maybe 3 minutes and keeps things from getting out of control. If you can't do it daily, aim for every other day. Just don't let it go too long because then you're sweeping up what feels like a beach worth of sand and crumbs.
Mopping is a once a week situation for most people. Some people do it more often, some less. I do it less than once a week, depending on your household. If you have kids or pets, you might need to mop more frequently. And you don't always have to do a full mop. Spot cleaning with a damp cloth or one of those spray mops for the high traffic areas works great in between full mops. The area in front of the sink and stove needs spot cleaning more often because that's where the spills and splatters happen the most.
Now, here's something most people completely forget about that kitchen rug or mat that you have in front of the sink. You know that one. It's seen some things, and mine used to be cream, and now then it turned brown, and we finally replaced it. That rug catches all the splashes from the sink, drips from hand dishwashing, and probably some cooking splatters. Take it outside to shake it regularly, like every time you sweep, and throw it in the washing machine at least once a week if it's machine washable, because a dirty kitchen mat undermines all your other cleaning efforts.
Mm, so true. Step 6, fridge quick pass. All right, so the refrigerator. Now we're saving the deep fridge cleaning for part 2 of our kitchen crusade. But even though we're not going deep today, you still need to do a quick weekly pass through your fridge. Every week, open that fridge and check for expired food. Look at dates on milk, yogurt, those deli containers. Toss the leftovers that you've ignored for so long that they've basically achieved residency and could file their own tax return. If you can't remember when you cooked it, it's time for it to go.
Yeah. While you're doing this weekly check, wipe up any spills you notice. Don't let them sit there until they become crusty or sticky or until you need a chisel to remove them. Catch them early, wipe them up with a damp cloth, and you're done. And here's something people forget about it's the refrigerator handle. That
Mm,
handle is touched by everyone in the house multiple times a day with whatever's on their hands again. So it's basically a bacteria convention center. So wipe it down with a disinfecting wipe every single time you clean your kitchen.
Absolutely. So, step 7, you're going to talk about this is last but definitely not least. We're going to talk about the trash and the compost. So, let's talk about taking out the trash and cleaning the trash can itself. Number 1, before I forget, I want to remind you that the best time to do this is the day before garbage day. And then all of that can come out, go in the garbage, and go away. Go far away. So, the smell that you may be blaming on your teenager might actually be coming from your trash can. So, we focus so much on cleaning everything else that we forget the trash can itself needs cleaning. Empty it regularly. Don't let it overflow or sit for days, getting grosser and grosser by the hour. And once a week, after you take the trash out, actually clean the inside of the can. Pull out the bag, take the can outside if you can, and spray it down. Scrub it out. Rinse it well and let it dry. And then put in a new bag. You're good.
Here's a pro tip that you may or may not want to do. Julie would never do this pro tip. And I don't tend to do this either because I don't see the point of scenting your garbage with a different smell. But pro tip here, and we actually read this in one magazine article. Once your clean trash can is dry, line the bottom with a paper towel and add a few drops of essential oil. Lemongrass, peppermint, or tea tree oil are all power moves here because they smell great and have natural antibacterial properties. This creates a barrier between any leaks and the actual can, plus it keeps things smelling fresh. If you have a compost bin in your kitchen, the same rules apply. Empty it regularly, ideally daily if possible, and wash it out weekly because compost bins can get real funky real fast.
I tend to I empty it into the compost and then I wash it before I put it back to be used. And I think most people probably do that. So anyway, moving on to some maintenance tips and habits. So we've walked through the full regular cleaning routine, but here's the real secret to a consistently clean kitchen is maintenance. Because you can deep clean your kitchen until it sparkles, but if you don't maintain it, you'll be back to chaos in under a week. So let's talk about building some quick daily habits that keep your kitchen clean without it feeling like a huge burden. The magic routine is what we like to call the evening kitchen wrap up. So every single evening after dinner, and whenever you're done using the kitchen for the day, spend just 5 minutes doing a quick tidy. Wipe down the counters and stovetop, rinse out the sink, do a quick sweep of the floor, and put away anything that got left out.
Yep. 5 minutes. That's it. But doing this every single day means you never wake up to a disaster kitchen. There's something so peaceful about starting your morning in a clean kitchen because it sets the tone for your whole day. Plus, it means that when you're going to do your weekly cleaning, it's actually cleaning, not catching up on a week's worth of neglect. Now, here's another key piece. Training your household to help. Everyone who uses the kitchen should contribute to keeping it clean. This isn't all on one person.
Set expectations with your family. If you use a dish, you wash it or put it in the dishwasher. If you spill something, you wipe it up. With kids, make it age appropriate. Even young kids can throw away their own trash or push in their chair. And teenagers, they can absolutely do a full kitchen cleanup. So don't let them tell you otherwise. Assign kitchen cleanup as a rotating chore. So everyone takes a turn and everyone contributes. Because here's the thing, if you're the only one cleaning the kitchen, you're going to burn out. And then nobody has a clean kitchen. And it's not fair to you. Make it a team effort. And honestly, you're teaching kids valuable life skills that they'll need as adults. So that's it for part 1 of our kitchen crusade. We've covered the regular clean, the kind of cleaning that keeps chaos at bay, and your kitchen functioning. So to recap, declutter first, tackle dishes and sink, wipe all surfaces and counters, clean your stove and microwave, handle floors and rugs, do a quick fridge pass, and don't forget your trash situation. Add in that 5-minute kitchen evening wrap up, get your family involved, and you've got a system that's actually going to work for you in real life, for your life.
But hold on to your sponges or maybe toss them because next episode we're going deep. We're talking about cleaning inside appliances, organizing the pantry, and tackling the fridge's dark corners, the scary places where food goes to evolve into new life forms. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss part 2. And if you implement what we're talking about today, we want to hear about it. Post your kitchen before and after pictures in our Facebook group, ABC Declutter-community, or tag us on Instagram at ABC Declutter with JJ.
And if this episode helped you, share it with someone who needs some kitchen motivation. We grow through word of mouth and appreciate every single share. Until next time, keep it simple.
Keep it intentional.
And as always, keep decluttering. Thanks for joining us on the JJ's Declutter podcast. If you're ready to keep simplifying, follow us for more tips and join our Facebook community to share your wins and challenges. Subscribe here because it's always more fun to declutter with friends. And thanks in advance for leaving us a review.